know if it would be funny to tell the story on how I hurt my finger.
Let's hear it.
I had just gotten my scissors back from Hanzo because I got them sharpened, and I decided to try out new combs. And it's such like a barber funny thing, but I was trying new combs, and I guess my combs were shorter than my current combs. And when I went to go texturize, I was holding up the person's hair and they sneezed and I went right into my finger, and I went like so deep. I was like, I'll be right back. He's like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I just want to make sure I didn't hurt myself. So I go in the back and I was like, oh no. Really got myself good that time. I'm Sasha Moon and this is Ron. I'll be giving him a mid-1 fade today. All right, I'm gonna start by using my wall magic clips and grabbing a 1 clip. We'll start making our marks. I'm going to start from the back of the head and work my way forward. I'm just kind of rocking my clippers out. That way I don't make any like defined lines. And since this is a mid fade, I don't want to take this too high. So I'm going to just keep rocking forward. And I like to like kind of use my corner, just get in there. Don't forget to push the hair back into place and always following where the hair naturally sits. You take your ear and kind of just push it a little bit out of your way without hurting your client. And now I'm going to close halfway on my clipper, my magic clips, and kind of go back through here and just get that fade looking a little bit more sharp. I'm going to close you all the way. I'm going to leave this for last because I'm going to end up bringing up this fade a little higher in the back. Doing the same thing on this side, just kind of rocking out. With your clipper all the way open. Lightly moving your client's ear out of the way. Get it close halfway. Doing the same thing, just going through and cleaning up my work. Closing it. And now we're going to meet these middles. So I'm going to start by using just like lightly using my teeth and just like kind of coming up. And I'm going to close halfway on there. Now all the way. Kind of just going through with my corners, making sure I got everything. Now I'm going to use my 1.5 all the way open, starting the same way, just meeting everything in the front of the head. Because I'm going to keep this hair a little longer, I want to just kind of move it out of the way so I can clipper over comb later. I'm going to close halfway and clean up the line left behind. Now all the way in the front. Now we're just meeting that middle up again. And close it halfway. And now all the way. I guess not all the way. And from here, I'm just going to kind of just clip over comb. I'm going to start with my clipper all the way open. Just go in, and I want to keep as much hair as possible on the top. And just let it glide. And you just want to meet these hairs. And for the front area, I'm going to go ahead and close it almost all the way. And then bring my comb out towards me while this stays in place and kind of just work the hair into meeting that bottom area so it's blended nicely. And then open back up. And just make sure everything combs back to where it should go. So it's almost all the way. Putting the comb in, bringing the front closer to myself and dipping down. Now I'm opening all the way, getting these sides to match. Wherever you need to bring it a little tighter, you can obviously go ahead and adjust your clippers to your needs. And we're back in this area, mimicking all the things we did on the sides to the back, except we want like a little bit of a slope, and we're definitely going to be keeping a good amount of this hair. In a minute, I'm going to grab a 2 and kind of play in this area just to make sure this line is a little less dark. So we can get it a little bit more blended, but I just didn't want to take the 2 too high. So we're just going to use it basically as a safety net, if you will. And I'm going to just start with it halfway closed and see what happens. There we go. And I'm going to clipper over comb these long ones out with my 2 closed all the way. Working with the natural curve of the head. I'm going to go ahead and taper the neck now. I'm going to start with my clippers completely open. And because he has this tattoo, I kind of want to show off as much as I can while still maintaining a really nice blend. So, close them a little bit more. And closing them all the way. Taking my mag by wall, I'm going to start cleaning up my edges down here, just like flipping. My favorite thing about this tool is I can use it like a clipper and still do the same moves as I do with my clipper. I always try and find that natural curve because I don't want to take away anything from the client or cause them to have to clean up anything themselves later on. Putting my finger right there, it helps me to move the ear without pinching the client where they usually get pinched. And I follow, there's always a natural line that you can find where you don't have to push anything back on there either. And that way when it grows out nice and tidy. All right, so now I'm going to be moving on to the shear section. So I'm going to be doing a lot of shears over comb, and then I'm going to go in and make sure we're texturized so that everything sits nicely. And I'm just going to take out those extra hairs that I didn't get with the clipper that I noticed. So you can see like right there, this area, you can see these hairs just sticking out. So I'm going to grab the hair, pull out a little bit from the head so that it sits nicely. And only dropping the hair lightly when I'm combing through, just because it's shorter hair, so it's a little harder to keep hold on to it. And I'm following the natural curve of his hair. or opposite. And I noticed I followed the line and not going through. Gotta go through one more time and just go a little bit higher to blend in those other hairs. Alright, so now I'm gonna go to the top and just go ahead and cut this. And we're not gonna take too much off, but I definitely want to take like close to 1/2 inch. And then with that, I'm gonna go ahead and blend the other side. And I'm using my pinky in the front so that I can still stay pretty level to the head. Just kind of getting all these dead ends off. We don't want a ducktail, so we're going to go through this now that we worked on the top and just kind of make sure it doesn't end up with too much hair back here. Just gonna go through and even it all out a little bit. And now I want to add a little bit of texture. So I'm gonna just kind of twist my finger, go in there a little bit and just kind of, as I move up, just take a little bit more out. And this will make it easier for him to style it. This hair is very thick. Make sure you start the texturing like as you go back, like where the last texturing stopped, or else it'll like be more obvious. And you can even do this instead of using thinning shears if you like really get the concept down. Alright, and his bangs are really thick, so I'm gonna do this again. So first I'm gonna pull forward towards me, but obviously we don't want these to be awkwardly short, so then I'm gonna kind of just like turn a little bit and like let these sit. And then I'll go through and just kind of. All right, now I'm gonna take my texturing or thinning shears and I'm gonna go through and just like kind of blend all this so it's not so thick, and we don't want it to grow out looking like a mushroom. And I'm just gonna like over the comb. And what I wanna do is I just kind of wanna get just the ends. I don't wanna go too deep into the hair itself. Unless of course it's hair that doesn't play right. And it's great because like if you see any hairs out of place at this point, these do cut, so you can still use them like scissors, so you can just kind of keep going at that same area. Kind of like touch up some of the ends a little bit just to make sure they sit nicely. And I want to comb forward, and then I just like kind of, even though I'm combing forward, I'll bring the hair back towards me. All right, and I think we are officially ready to style Ron Burgundy's hair. All right, I'm gonna just use like a nice light grooming cream just because his hair already sits so naturally where I want it to sit. I'm just gonna use just about a dime size. Since we added all that texture, I don't want to really use a comb to style his hair. I kind of just want to use like my cat claws. So the haircut's done. I'm Sasha Moon with the Philadelphia Barber Company, and today we did Ron's hair. We did a mid one, texturizing everything around it, giving him a little bit of a pomp so he can style.
All right, stop. Before you head over to the next video, let me tell you about the Alliance. It's for men who are passionate about self-improvement, about becoming a better version of themselves, and about that mission of ours to keep on growing. Come join us over there and find like-minded individuals who will push you to the next level and hold you accountable to what you say you're going to do.